Good evening, world. It's having a mayor. It's like 7 o'clock, coming to 7. You guys enjoyed my SHL show. Yeah. Alright, where the chances you starting that league? Not that high. The truth is, guys, I'm going to be a movie star at VHS. That's the truth, right? But you never know. I might start the Broccoli League, but I highly doubt it. I want to be a movie star at VHS. But I told you, if the Gates delay this thing when I'm like, if I'm king and when I'm like 46, 47, all my plans for my movies are fucked. The Zane's movie plan is fucked, and I might just be a pro. Fuck it, I'll just be a pro hockey player. But it's risky. What if I flop, guys? I'm talking to you, Ovechkin, Austin Matthews, Sidney Crosby, Connor McDavid, McKinnon. You know what I'm saying? What if I flop as a player, guys? Yeah, but I want to take that chance. But I shouldn't flop. I should be good enough to keep up with the players and be a star player, because I have the genes that these guys don't have, right? I have the genes of God. Because everything I put my mind into, I'm amazing at it. Obviously, but because I have little experience, I'm a little bit raw on it. Apologetics, writing books, rapping, stand-up comedy, that's me with no experience, guys. And yet, I'm still good, right? Yeah, we were shocked when we read your book. Yeah, your book is not normal, Ivan. Yeah, because I have genes. My book is a masterpiece. Not normal when you read it, obviously. And I'm amazing at apologetics, too, whereby when I debated the Muslims on Paul Williams' blog, I was doing good against them. Sam read it. He knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, Ivan, you did well against those Muslims. You destroyed them, Ivan. And they thought I was Sam Shamoon, man. And all the Muslims fear Sam Shamoon, because Sam Shamoon is like the greatest Christian apologist in the world in terms of when it comes to Bible topics. In terms of biblical hermeneutics, Sam Shamoon is number one. But he's not number one in other areas, like philosophy, creation versus evolution, the inherency of the Gospels, the history of the transition of the text. That's not Sam Shamoon's field. Sam Shamoon's field is biblical Bible topics. And also, he's good at Islam too. He's the best, obviously. And yet, those Muslims thought I was Sam Shamoon, man. I'm not lying, guys. Am I right, Sam? Yeah, I read that. I remember that. Yeah, they thought I was Sam Shamoon. Like, are you Sam Shamoon? You sound just like Sam Shamoon. That's how you know I'm gifted, man. Whatever I put my mind to, I succeeded. And I have the genes. My father gave me all the genes to be successful because he knew the gates knocked doors on me. That's why he gave me the keys, and he gave me all the gifts and talents to be successful. That's why the gates dumbed down my brain, because they knew my father gave me all the talents and gifts, obviously. Yeah, we locked the doors in Ivan, but like his father gave him the keys, and he's obviously a smart man. He gave him all the talents. Let's fuck up his brain and give him mental illness and dump down his brain, but like the gifts still stayed, right? And don't forget, when I'm king, I'm a new man with a new brain, and I'm a smart man now. I'm not that dumb Ivan anymore. You know? So I could be a smart hockey player, you know what I'm saying? Like Grassy was a very smart hockey player. Obviously, right? Very smart hockey player. Yeah. But the league will cost me so much money, man. I have to put like $33 billion of money into the league. Obviously. Yes, for $500 million, I can build an SHL arena, but if I want state-of-the-art facilities, state-of-the-art locker rooms, a practice facility for the players, and amazing seating for the fans, I mean, I'll put $1 billion towards it. That way, I build state-of-the-art SHL arenas that blows the NHL water, obviously. And I'll put $200 million towards the cap for each of the 25 teams. That's $5 billion of my money. That's enough. I'm not putting more money. If I put $300 million, I have to spend like $7 million on money. I'm not going to waste money and have those athletes do it, man. $200 million for the cap's enough for the players. That's enough. Yeah, the star player, the players are making like double what they make in the NHL on average, right? Because good players in the NHL peak at like maybe $3 million in the NHL, but in my league they can make on average, like good players in my league will probably be averaging $6 million a season. 6, 7, 8, 9. They probably peak at maybe 10. Some might be lucky to get maybe 12 if they're pretty good. They score maybe 50 points a season. They might be lucky to get an $11 million contract per season. But I told you the GMs have to balance it out, right? That's how it works. Even the good players, you have to balance their contract too. It's not just the star players. The star players are the ones where you got to really balance it out because they're taking most of the money. But the good players are taking the other half, the rest of it, pretty much. So you have to balance it out that way you have room to pay the average players. They're 1, 2, 2.5 billion, $3 million a season. So Sarah. Yeah. And don't peak any higher than 10 years, guys, for the contract. That's enough. So if you want to keep a star player on your team, as a franchise player on your team for 10 years, you can sign that star hockey player for 10 years. But don't peak any harder than 10 years. That's good enough for the star hockey athlete in the SHL. Sarah? Yeah. So the magazines is a part of the deal. Of course it is. The GMs will tell the agents, yeah, okay, you know what I'm saying, this upcoming star player, I'll sign you to a 300, 200, like $60 million deal. With the league revenue, they're making like $300 million. And then every couple seasons, you'll be featured on a magazine, and we'll pay you $3.5 million for the magazine. And we'll do maybe 6, 7 commercials for the team, commercial for the broadcasting games and everything. We'll pay you a $200-something thousand contract, $100,000 contract for the commercials, and you get your $8 million in league revenue for the first season, for the first 2 seasons, and you bring it down to maybe $7 million. You bring it down to 6. They sign mega deals. Yeah. And speaking money too. As the players will definitely be speaking, obviously. They're pro athletes, they're going to be speaking at places. They get paid for that too, right? Players get paid for that. They sign a lot of money. They make a lot of money. Only the star players get that, right? The star players are the ones who get like spoiled with all these deals, man, because they're the star players. Whereas the good players don't, and the average players don't get those deals. They still get their rich contract, but all they make is just the game money and their base. But because they're making like $7, $8, $9 million a year, they're good. They're making a lot of money. Obviously, they can provide for their family or their girlfriend and buy a beautiful house with that money, and they can live a great life with that money. They'll still live an amazing life, a rich life with that money. Better life than even NHL athletes, right? Yeah. And the agents will guarantee tell the SHL athletes, I recommend you put some of your money in your savings and invest your money in businesses. And when you retire, you're good. But because of paying the athletes a lot of money, if they're smart with their money, they have more enough money to retire, whereby they never have to work again. That's sincere. Like the good players should have at least like 5 to 10 to 15 million in the bank after they retire, assuming they're pretty good with their money. And the star players should have tens of millions, even 100. Like the star players should have 80 to 100, or even 150, $160 million in their bank. Some even $200 million in their bank after they retire, because they made so much money. Obviously, right? Yeah. Whereas me, I'm good. I'm making my billions, obviously. Yeah, I mean, it's not fair. Like, it's easy for you to say, don't be stupid with your money. You're making all that fucking dough. Yeah, but guys, you guys are making the dough too. You guys are making so much money after you retire, you never have to work again. But some players will get jobs in my league as sport anchors, and they're going to get paid the millions for that too, so they're good. Some players, but there's no excuse. All these players playing in my league should never have to work again after they retire. Unless they're stupid with their money. There will be some players who are stupid with their money. They blow all their money. And after 5 seasons, they go broke and they have no money. Because they were stupid with their money. But that's not my problem. When I pay you enough money, if you're not smart with your money, it's not my problem. I don't hate him saying, yeah. Yeah. So why you want it balanced? Yeah, guys. I'm gonna tell the board of governors if I start the league, make sure you tell the GMs to balance all the contracts. The players are greedy and they want a ridiculous amount of money for 10 seasons. Say no. You're gonna drain the cap. That's why the players want a $300 million raise, because they want more money. They're greedy, those guys. I'm like, no, guys, why not have you guys do like that, man? $200 is enough for the cap. I can raise it by maybe $13 million for each bargaining agreement. That's good enough. First bargaining agreement, I can raise it to 12. Second bargaining agreement, I can raise it to 14. The cap is now up to like 24 million. Now non-generational star talent can get maybe 35 million now, 36 million, a bit more. So I gave them a bit of a raise. But I'm not gonna give it a substantial raise and have these athletes do me. I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep saying that, right? Yeah, man. Can the GMs afford to pay two-star players $30 million? No. No. They have to balance it out. Because how it works in each team, like even though each NHL team has like two to 3-star players, usually one of them is there's ranks. Like you have the best one and you have the second best star player and the third best star player, and they make a bit less, obviously. You can't pay two-star players $30 million. You're gonna drain the cap. No, like one player you can pay 32, the other player you pay maybe 26, 27 million. No, you have more cap room to pay like a good player like $5 million. That's what I'm saying. But you have to balance it. So you pay the first star player 32 million for 2 seasons. After that, that star player makes 27 million for 3 seasons. And after that, he makes 20. That way you have more cap space to pay more players. In his final year, he gets maybe $14 million. The last 2 seasons, if it's like a 10-year contract, the star player makes maybe $15 million, $60 million. That's good, man. They're still making more than what they NHL, and they gain your league revenue. Don't forget that. So even if you brought it down to maybe $60 million by the final 2 seasons, if the star player is making $9 million league revenue, that star player is still making like $23 million, whatever it is, for that season. And don't forget, you have the magazine money too, and the commercials. They're still making more money than what they NHL guys from Sarah. That's how it works. You have to do that, guys. I'm going to be very strict, man. Don't pay. A player wants $32 million for 10 seasons. Don't do that, man. They're duping you, man. Don't sign that player to $3 million. They're duping you. No, you have to balance it out. As I explained earlier, right? That's how it works. Obviously. As even guys like Harmon Davis and Crosby, hypothetically speaking, if they were born in a new generation, they played my league, I would be strict. Yeah, like even guys like Harmon Davis and Crosby, you can't pay those guys like $40 million for 10 seasons. They're ripping me off. Don't sign them to $400. They're not worth that. No. Pay them $40 million. It's too late for those guys, but hypothetically speaking, pay them $40 million for 2 seasons, and you bring it down to maybe $30 million, $32 million pay them 32 for another 2 seasons, and you bring it down to maybe 25, 26. In the final seasons, they make like 18. That's good enough with their league revenue. I don't know, 15 million league revenue. They're making more than what they make in the NHL, hypothetically speaking, right? That's too late for those guys. Don't hate the guys for saying, yeah, fuck you, Ivan. It's just a fucking dick, man. So I tell you, you're gonna crush us. I know, guys, but it's not my problem. You want to do evil to me. Now when I'm getting you left behind, you missed out on the opportunity to go. Yeah, but those guys would have made a lot of money in my league, man. Yeah, man. That's why they're gonna be crushed. Yeah, I would have made way more money and been much richer working in Ivan's league than I ever would have done working in the NHL. I would have been way more famous. Yeah, world famous, man. Trending and everything. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. I missed out on all that dough. Yeah, they would have made so much money in my league. Yeah, man. Way more than what they made in the NHL, right? Yeah. Give me a sec, guys. I'm going to go upstairs and get my coffee. I'll be back in a sec. Don't hate me, guys. Who got to enjoy my SHL show? Let's give everyone that loud. Sorry guys, sorry for the long wait. Yeah, I'll talk for maybe 45 minutes. That's good enough. My final video today, right? I think tomorrow I'm going to go back to talking about Sky Source, the more important stuff. Yeah. As chances are, guys, I will be starting Sky with VJ. My dream is being a movie. So my first dream is a movie star, not being a pro hockey athlete. Even though being a pro hockey athlete is cool, it's much cooler seeing guys than me just movie stars. But I told you the Gates might delay this until I'm like 50, right? If they do, then I might just start the pro hockey league. I don't know. Because all my plans are fucked, right? Yeah. But why? You can still make Zanes. Yes, I can, but I have to choose a different cast, right? But I want to make Zanes with the cast I'm thinking of. I can't think of a better cast for Zanes, right? Yeah, and Mel Gibson will be too old. Like if I'm King when I'm 50, Mel Gibson will be almost 90. He can't direct a movie anymore. And Peter Jackson can direct it, but he's like old too. He's like 80. No, 80 he's still pretty good. But I mean, yeah. Keanu Reeves is like 82 for The Great Escape. When King when I'm 50, still be in the movie, but Keanu Reeves is done, right? Whereas Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are younger. They'll be about 70, 68. They can still do the movie. Obviously. That's some sour. Yeah. Yeah. I got to the over with. Yeah. Get my 6 days off. I get paid this Sunday on my shitty like $100 paycheck. But it's not money for me until I get paid next Friday. The $100 is enough for me to get my smokes, and yeah, it's enough money, obviously. Yeah. Sick and tired of being poor, man. That's why I'm not going to have the families do like that, man. The money off the book is mine. I'm not going to have them take the money off my book. Obviously. The item, if you don't sell to them, the Zanes brand is yours, and you now control your money. So if you want to start your SHL Pro Hockey League, the Gates don't touch your money. All that money goes to you. All the, I don't know, that 100 billion, 80 billion, whatever it is, goes to you. They don't touch it. Obviously. And your league will blow their, and just like Sky Source will blow out of the water, the SHL will blow their NHL out of the water. Blow it out of the water. As my league will be doing probably 150 to even 200 billion a season in revenue. Obviously. 180, 150 billion a season in revenue. That's why I'll be pulling in my 180, 70 billion a season in revenue. That's why the players and everyone working in the league will want like a substantial raise. Not a small raise, no, a huge raise. Yeah, I want a huge raise, man. Like a $100 million raise for the cap. I'm like, guys, you're not worth this. I'm not going to overpay these out. He's not going to do me, man. Yeah. Coaches will want to raise. Coaches might want 30, 40 million a season. I'm like, guys, you're getting greedy. I'm not going to overpay you guys how you do me, man. I'll give you raises, but I'm not going to give you a substantial raise how you guys do me. You're not worth more than this. I pay for this thing. I'm paying the fucking bills. The majority of this money belongs to me, guys. And I have to put like $15, $16 billion of my own money into the league each season. That way I can pay the bills. The league can pay the bills, right? Yeah. Obviously. But you have a lot of cost to run a league, right? For each season, like it's crazy, man. You have to pay like hundreds of employees, so many employees. You have to pay the players, the coaches, the GMs, the presidents, board of governors, the commissioner. Obviously, a lot of costs. Give the players per dime. Giving players $130 per dime for all 25 teams is a lot. Is a lot of money for each away game. There's 82 games in a season. I believe in the NHL, half of the games are home, half of the games are away. So you have like 40-something games, $130 for each player for 40-something games. You also have to pay for their hotel costs. You have to pay for the gas for the chartered flights. That's all cost, man. A lot of cost, man. The hotel stays, right? You have to stay at hotels for the away games. A lot of cost. That's why I'm not going to have these guys do me, man. Some sour. So Ivan's the boss. Yeah, I'm the boss. Even though I'm the boss, I'm gonna let the league do its thing, right? I'm not gonna interfere with the coaching decisions, GM decisions. That's out of my hands. They have the power to do whatever they want to do. Trade a player, sign a player, draft a player. I don't have any say in that. Even though I'm the boss, I don't have any say in that because that's the best way to keep the league fair. You have to let everyone do their thing, obviously. Yeah. Yeah. But all the players in my league are going to be working really hard. Like, I don't know, 4 times I go to the gym, I'm working out, and I see all the players like 4 times a week. They go to the gym and work out, and they train on. They're just training hard on the ice. I'm training hard on the ice. Everyone's working hard because they want to keep their job. They don't want to get fired. They don't want to get released, right? Yeah. They know if they get released, the NHL might pick them up, but like all the players playing in my league don't want to work in the NHL. Yeah, fuck the NHL. I'd rather work for your league, Ivan. I want to work for you, man. Your league blows in NHL water. They know when they go back in the NHL, they're gonna have to take a pay cut. They're not gonna make the kind of money they're making in my league. Obviously. Yeah, man, they're gonna be the side tension left behind. They don't want to be left behind either. Don't forget that. They want to be saved. You know, as long as they're working in my league, they're saved. They're not left behind. Especially the players on my team, they were really, really saved. Because they see Ivan like all the time, right? Like they're training with him and everything. Yeah, they don't want. Yeah, I don't want to work in the NHL. I want to work for you, Ivan. I don't want to work in the Gatekeepers NHL. Yeah, they want to work in my SHL Rocket League, not the NHL. They don't want to be left behind and make less money, right? And have shittier perks and facilities. Obviously, don't get me wrong. The NHL has nice facilities for the players, but it's not the facilities for my company, right? For my pro hockey league. My pro hockey league, I'm going to have state-of-the-art facilities. Practice arena, the main arena, and a state-of-the-art gym where the players work out. Yeah, build a state-of-the-art gym for each arena, guys, where the players can a big gym where all like 20 players can work out in the off season, off the ice. Make sure it's a big gym, guys, right? That where all the players can work out on the ice, off the ice and on the ice, right? Because you have on ice training, you also have off ice training. You have to do your weights, all that stuff, and the more important, on ice training. Have nice training programs for the players for their on ice training, where they can do their stick handling. You know the stick handling thing, shooting, nets, accuracy, shooting, all that stuff. Players. Yeah. Does the NHL have practice facilities for the players? I think they do. Or the players practice on the main arena. I don't know how it works. I know the NFL the NFL is so rich, each team has their own like indoor like stadium where the players practice. And they have the main area, the main stadium where the players play because the NFL is so rich, right? Like each team has their own like indoor dome practice facility where the players practice. I'm gonna have some of that for my league if I start the league. A practice facility where the players practice, obviously. Yeah. So training camp, when the players train, they have their own practice facilities, ice arena where they can train. And the main arena is for the games, obviously. That's how it works, right? And come up with good training programs for the players in the off season. Like do a thing where the players have their state-of-the-art gym, they work out, and then in the practice facility that the players train on the ice. And it doesn't hurt to do scrimmages with the players. Like offense versus defense, that way the players and practice and they get better as players. Do some scrimmages, slow scrimmages, like no cross-checking now where the players don't get injured and all stuff, but like they scrimmage. And that's how they practice and get better. And that's how I get better as a player, obviously, because the best way for me to get better as a player, I have to play with the best and try my best to keep up with them, and that's how get the feel with the players. And that's how I keep up with them and I get better as a player, as a pro hockey athlete. Sarah. Fuck you, Ivan. You're such a fucking dick, man. If you do that, man, you're gonna crush us, man. We miss out on opportunity, I know. And the fans in my games are gonna be fucking crazier than even the NHL fans, man. The fans in my league are gonna be fucking crazy, and all my games will be sold out. Yeah, the board of governors will tell me, yeah, Ivan, for your SHL league, you don't have to worry about any of your teams losing money, Ivan. All your games will be sold. Oh yeah, the whole thing will be sold out because Ivan owns the league, right? Looking at crazy fans, every game sold out, man. NHL has quite a bit of sold out crowds, but not all their games sell out, right? For my games, like you're looking at crazy diehard fans, and the whole thing is sold out, man. The fans are gonna love the players, especially the star players. That's why the star players, I'm paying them more money because they're the ones who are putting on a show on television. Obviously, they're making the gaming experience better, and the fans love them a lot. That's why I'm paying them a lot of money, and I'm giving them league revenue. They deserve it. But if they get greedy and they want like 40 million league revenue, I'm like, guys, you're getting greedy. Even Connor McDavid and Crosby are not worth $40 million league revenue, guys. I mean, like, I'm not going to go any higher than $20 million, guys. They're not worth any more than this. Will you ever raise league revenue? No. 20 million, I'm keeping it there. That's good enough. I'll raise the cap for their base a little bit to pay the players more, but for the league revenue, I'm not going to go any higher than $20 million. I'm not going to have these athletes do me, man. They're not worth any more than that. I want to have these guys do people. I'm sorry. Well, if you guys been sitting here. Yeah. Yeah. And why? You can easily be cheap and just pay them their base and magazine money and not give them the revenue. Yeah, I could, but like no, like the star players deserve a piece of the league revenue. They deserve it. Considering I'm making all that money and they're the stars of the league, they're the face of the league with me. They're featured in the magazine. I'll give you a piece of the money, guys, but if you get greedy and you want more than 20 million, I'm not paying you guys more than 20 million. You guys are getting greedy. I'm generous enough to give you league revenue, but I'm not giving you any more money, man. You guys are getting greedy, man. But some agents might push for 50 million of league revenue. I'm like, no, guys, they're not worth this. I'm not gonna have these guys do me. Yeah, pay a player 50 million of league revenue to make $30 million that season. You just pay that player 80 million for that season. You're overpaying them, Ivan, and they're duping you. They're not worth that. They're ripping you off. Yeah. You make 32 million a year for your first two seasons, and you get 12 million of league revenue. You just made $44 million for that season. And that excludes your magazine deals too, and your commercials. You made it like your 150K for the 120K for the commercials. A lot of money. Yeah. You could do a thing in a league where the star players get suites for the hotel stays, whereas the other players stay in the standard hotels. You could do that if you want. You don't have to do that though, but I mean, you can offer them more perks if you want. But I mean, because there is no endorsement deals in my SHL Rock League. I do not sell to the gates. Obviously, the reason why the NHL and the NFL and all these leagues and the NBA have endorsement deals is because it's the gatekeepers pro sport league and they own that. That's why the players get endorsement deals. But for my company, I don't have endorsement. No company will endorse the players because I do not sell to the gates. Because I have the keys, I don't need any companies to sponsor my sport business. Because I have the keys to the kingdom. I don't need their help. I have the keys to the kingdom. That's why the players in my league don't get endorsement deals. Obviously. But they're still making more money with their league revenue and their base and magazine money than what they're making in the NHL with their base and their endorsement deals. Sidney Crosby, I think, peaked at about like a $4 million, $5 million endorsement deal in the NHL. If he played in my league, he'd probably get his 15, 17, 18 million, 20 million league revenue. That's more money than what he's making for his endorsement deal in the NHL. The players still make more money than star players, right? But I told you, it's too late for Sidney Crosby, Harvard, David, and those guys, right? Those guys too old. Don't hit me, guys, I'm saying. Alright, it's just a fucking dick, man. Well, you want to do evil to me, and you're left behind, you miss out the opportunity to deserve it. I said, I probably agree. No, he was, yeah. Yeah. Well, you sell your magazines, Ivan. Yeah, I will. For my pro league, I will sell my magazines. That's why I'm going to give the player a multi-million deal for that. But don't peak any higher than maybe 3.54 million for the players for the magazine. If it's a big like Sport Illustrated shoot, pay the players maybe 2.5, 3.54 million for the shoot. If it's a smaller one, pay them maybe 500,000 a million for the magazine. That's a good paycheck for the players. Why are we getting a piece of that magazine? Yes, I'm giving you league revenue, guys. That's a part of it, right? You're getting a piece of league revenue. There you go. Yeah, I'm giving you league revenue. Yeah. Yeah. The way the star players get paid good money, Ivan. A lot of money. They're getting paid a shitload of money, but because I'm making way more than them, yeah, Ivan, like we're making a lot of money, but like it's peanuts, Ivan. Yeah, they're greedy. They want to raise. I'm like, guys, you're getting greedy. I'm not gonna raise the cap to like $100. You're crazy, man. You're duping me. Yeah. And these extra items are not worth it, Ivan. They're ripping you off, Sarah. Even Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, LeBron James, Michael Jordan, even those guys are not worth 80 million a season. Those guys are not worth any more than maybe 50 million. Yeah, that's like what they're worth, right? I'm talking about in their prime. Even Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, Wayne Gretzky, they're not worth any more than $50 million for their base alone. Obviously, they're not worth like 80 million a season. They're ripping you off, man. They're not worth that. They're not me. There you go. I don't mean to be an asshole. Even though Tom Brady and Michael Jordan and Sidney Crosby and Wayne Gretzky and these guys were big, like famous athletes, they're puny small compared to me, man. They're not me, man. I'm fucking why. That's why I'm making way more than how much all these athletes ever made in their career for just one season, right? Yo, I mean, you're so fucking powerful, you're so big, you'll be pulling in like your 100, like 80 billion a season, 70 billion a season, Ivan. Yeah, we want a bigger cut of that pie. Yeah, the players are greedy. I'm not going to give them a percentage raise. How those guys do me, Sarah. I'm not going to have these athletes do me. There you go. Yeah. Ivan, you're going to upgrade the skates? Oh, yeah, I will. Yeah, I want you guys to upgrade the SHL skates and upgrade the sticks. That way you get better performance, stick handling, shooting, and power skating from the players. Okay. Could we upgrade the ice? Yeah, we could update it. Yeah, upgrade the ice, have better nets, and upgrade the cameras for the live broadcasting games. Put 4K technology into the cameras and upgrade the speakers for better game watching experience. Okay, we could do that. That way it's better than the NHL. My league is not 1080p, it's 4K for the games. So looking at like that's kind of like an independent movie camera, right? Like you look at amazing quality for the games, man. Yeah, 4K is kind of like an independent movie camera. That's why it's the NHL on steroids. I can afford it. I have a lot of money, right? That's what looking at an amazing experience for the games. Better experience. Yeah. That's Sarah. I hate what's on my phone. My room's still clean though. I cleaned it like, yeah, cleaned my room last week. Still clean, nice and fresh and everything. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Will you have the league give you a per dime? Yeah, I might as well. Even though I own the league, I'm working for my own league. Yeah, give me a $130 per dime too. It's all good. Just give me the per dime, obviously. But there will be some times where I will just I'll take the whole team out to dinner and the coaches. I can pay for it myself. Yeah, dinner's on me today, guys. I'll pay for it. I'm multi-billionaire, right? I own the fucking league. Sometimes I will spoil the players. I'll buy them dinner, right? Take them out to a nice restaurant. We eat like nice dinner, and I pay for everything. Yeah. You want awards, Ivan? Yes. SHL awards, SHL red carpet events, all that stuff. Yeah. You need to have awards, obviously, and you have the SHL red carpet too, where the players are featured at the red carpet event with the coaches, and the fans are going to ask for autographs and everything. Yeah. It's better than the NHL. Yeah. You have to come up with a name for all the trophies, obviously, and you have to come up with a name for your championship cup item. Yeah. I don't know what name I'll come up with, but you have to come up with a name for the cups too. The championship cup, right? Yeah, it's a lot of work, man. So if you want to start a 25 team, yeah, 25 team league. 13 teams in Canada, 12 teams in the States. Obviously. Yeah. What are your 13 teams? Vancouver, a Vancouver team, an Edmonton team, Calgary team, Winnipeg team. So I'm competing with the NHL for some of the cities, right? I want a team in Saskatchewan, a Regina team in Saskatchewan. So I'm competing with the CFL Saskatchewan Roughriders. Obviously. I want a Hamilton team. I want a Toronto team, a Montreal team, a Quebec City team, a Halifax team. That's 10 teams. And I have to come up with 3 more. Maybe a Kingston team in Kingston, one team in Kingston. Obviously. A Kingston team. Oh, an Ottawa team. That's 12. Obviously. And then you can have maybe a Newfoundland team. A Halifax team and a team in Newfoundland in Canada. That's 13 teams. In the States, you have the 12 teams, obviously. A New York team, a Seattle team, you have a Texas team, a Los Angeles team. You guys get the picture? Yeah. Boston team, yeah, 12 teams in the States. And 13 teams in Canada. How many divisions, Ivan? 4 divisions? Yeah, 6 teams for each division, obviously. You have the West Division in Canada and an East Division in Canada, and you have 2 divisions in the States. So you have 4 divisions. Whereas the NHL, I think, has 5 divisions, right? So you have 32 teams. But I'm not going to start a 32 team league. It's just going to cost you more money. No, 25 teams is enough, obviously, because I don't feel like spending more money, right? Because if you have a 32 team league, Ivan, you're gonna have to put like maybe 18 billion of your money into each season for each of your seasons, Ivan. That's a lot of your money. You gotta be smart with your money. 25 teams is enough for the league. Real below the NHL, a lot of the SHL, right? Yeah. Don't hit me, guys. Yeah. Yeah. Well, VJ support you, of course she would. Because she knows what I did for her, right? Because of me, we're king queen. VJ would do music, obviously, if I was Rocky. Yeah, I'll just do my music. I'll make my albums and I'll go touring for that. Victoria Justice will be going tour of her album all over the world. She'll make her billions or tens of billions off that too, right? You think VJ will make more money than you? She'll be making pretty much the same amount of money because VJ has the keys like me, right? We both have the keys. But she's not as big as me though. I'm a bit bigger than VJ, but the world be going crazy for VJ's music too. But like I'm hoping the main man is why, right? But Victoria Justice is a part of me. Victoria Justice will make her probably around the same amount of money as me. Maybe 50 billion off her album. She makes a bit less, maybe, right? I don't know. Or 80, as much money, or 80 billion, as much money as me, right? She has the keys like me. She's special like me too. Oh, hey, Jim said, yeah. Yeah. Will you have parties at your woman or house with the players? Of course I will. Yeah. Sometimes after the game, we'll some of the star players might have a party at their house. At their like beautiful mom in their house. Yeah, I have parties at my house tonight. You want to come? Yeah, and all the players get drunk at the star player's house. And sometimes I'll do a party at my woman in their house with the coaches. I get drunk with the players after. There's a lot of players in the NHL party up after games, right? All pro sport leagues, the players a lot of times party up after games. Yeah, guys, you can have fun and we party up and everything, but after you sleep it off, man, it's work. You gotta watch film. You gotta watch film on the team. We gotta train and work hard. I want to win a championship, guys. Gotta be serious. There's nothing wrong with partying up, but like when it's time to work, you gotta work, right? There's nothing wrong with having fun with the players, partying up with them and everything. But when it's time to work, you gotta work, man. That's how it works, right? Yeah. Because I want to win a championship, man. I want to fucking win a championship, obviously. That's my goal, right? My goal is to be a legendary player and also win championships. Yeah. Why? What's your goal for your championships? I want to at least win at least 2 championships in my career. And I want to be a legendary player too. And hopefully be a legendary coach too. That's my goal. That's the NHL athlete's goal now. Now, a lot of these retired NHL players, they know they can't play anymore, but some of them might apply for coaching jobs. I'd love to be a legendary coach in Ivans League. But, like, it's tough for them to get the job because they don't have coaching experience. But some GMs might take a chance on some players, obviously. And they might even get a coaching job in my league. But, I mean, if they don't have winning seasons, the GMs are going to fire them, right? Obviously, as the NHL has a high coaching firing rate, like every season you have like 3, 4, 5 coaches getting fired every year in the NHL. It's crazy. The CFL has a high firing coaching rate too. Obviously, it's crazy the CFL. You do bad in a season, in the CFL they'll fire your ass too in the CFL, right? Yeah. All right, you think before I talk more about the SHL, you think the CFL will ever get rid of the American talent? Nah, they're not gonna do that, man. They see it, the league's blinded by the American talent, man. It's been going on for decades. They're never gonna get rid of the American talent. Because the CFL's blind by the American talent. They're trying to be the NFL of Canada. That's a problem, obviously. I understand why they bring the American guys, because the American players, even though the American players the CFL brings up here are not the best players in America, they're still amazing players. They're amazing, talented players. And they put on a show on television, they really do. Like Zach Aleros, Boyga Mitchell, all these amazing players, they put on a show on television, and that's why the CFL's never going to get rid of the American talent. I get that CFL, they're very talented, they're very, very good, talented players, obviously, but like you've been doing this for decades and your league is seeing very minimal growth, so obviously something's not right in your league CFL. And I believe it's the American talent, but I don't think anyone really cares about these American guys. Even though they're very talented players, no one in Canada really cares about these guys that much. That's why your league is having minimal growth. They care more about the Canadian football players than the American football players. Yeah, we know that, Ivan, but they're not as talented. Yeah, guys, they're not as talented, even if it makes so much of a difference. But I guarantee your revenue will go up, guys. The fans are going to love your Canadian quarterbacks a lot more than these American guys you bring up here. Yes, they're amazing players. I get that because you're blind by the American talent, and you need to give them an opportunity to play football. Even though the NFL doesn't give us Canadian players an opportunity to play football down there, I get that, CFL, but no one really cares about these guys, right? Like I'm saying, yeah. Why? What do you think is the CFL's peak in revenue? Probably about 550 million is the CFL's peak. The $600 million is its peak. Because football is just not that popular in Canada compared to hockey, right? Hockey is way, 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 way more popular in Canada compared to football. That's why the CFL is why it's so small compared to the NHL, right? CFL only peaks at about 300 million a season in revenue. NHL does billions in revenue, right? Like 7 billion a season in revenue. Yeah, yeah. Like NHL players are way more famous than the CFL players in Canada, right? Way more famous. You know. Yeah. But I hope the league grows. If the CFL can grow in 20 years to a $500 million a year business, that's good. Even though they didn't get rid of the American, it worked out for the good. And the American guys who didn't get their NFL opportunity or are not good enough for the NFL, they get to be legends up here. It still worked out for the good, right? Obviously, because I'm talking to all you American. Before I talk about the SHL, I'm talking to all you American football players. I know you guys look down on the CFL, but the CFL is almost as good as your NFL. And even if you guys don't, even though I know playing the CFL is not your dream, if you didn't get your NFL opportunity, if you get to be a legendary quarterback up here in Canada, it's still a major success, and you're gonna make a lot of money up here, too, in CFL. But it's not the money you're making in the NFL. It's still success, obviously. But you're not gonna be like an A-list star pro player like Tom Brady in up here in Canada, because football in Canada is just not that popular compared to the States, right? That's my point. Still success, obviously. Yeah. Well, I mean, is the CFL almost as good as the NFL? Yes, it is, man. The CFL is almost as good as the NFL. It's pretty close, but the NFL's better, obviously. But like the CFL's almost as good. I've seen both games, NFL and CFL. It's pretty close, but the NFL's better. The CFL's almost as good as the NFL. But a lot of NFL players look down on the CFL. They think it's some shitty league when it's almost as good as your NFL guys. And a lot of American like star Heisman Trophy players play up here in the CFL and they do horrible and they get released and they get cut. Then, obviously, yeah, yeah. Before I talk about the SHL, so Ivan, you're shocked that the CFL's not that popular. Yeah, I am. I'm like, man, how the heck is this league not making like 500 million a season? It's only doing $300 a season. Very entertaining sport, very entertaining football, and yet the league is struggling with financial growth and all that stuff. And I figured out, like, yeah, I know why it's struggling, because the CFL is Americanizing the Canadian football game, obviously. It's just filled with all these American players from a different country who are the stars up here, who no one in Canada knows anything about. They're talented CFL, but no one knows anything about these guys, man. That's probably why your league's not growing. Instead of growing it with the best Canadian talent, they grow it with the American talent from the States. All these American guys who no one knows anything about. They're very talented, but no one really knows anything about these guys. And no one really cares that much about these guys. I'm sorry, I don't hear you say, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. Ivan, how do you know? How do you know that the fans will love the Canadian quarterbacks more? Russ Jackson is the proof, man. Russ Jackson is the one Canadian quarterback in the CFL who played in the 50s and the 60s. He's a legendary Canadian quarterback. All the football fans in Canada love Russ Jackson. The football fans in Canada, they love Russ Jackson. Why? Because he's Canadian. And they have a fucking trophy named after him at the fucking University Awards. There is no Matt Dunnigan Anthony Calvillo Award at the universities, but there's a Russ Jackson Award at university, man. They have an award named after him, a trophy named after him, guys. A fucking like big, like nice, shiny trophy named after the guy, man. They love him more than even Matt Dunnigan and Anthony Calvillo. Yeah, we know that, Ivan. Like, they have higher market value and they could be huge, but they're not as talented, Ivan. Yeah, that's your problem, CFL. You downgrade the Canadian talents. It's a betrayal to your own country. It's embarrassing, man. It really is. Yeah. Yeah. Before I talk about the SHL for a bit, and the good thing about the Canadian talent, I'm talking to all you CFL GMs, you don't have to worry about losing these guys in the NFL. They don't care about the NFL, these guys. Their dream's playing up here. They're Canadian. It's a pride thing. Whereas these American guys, this was not their dream. And the GMs in the CFL, they have that worry of losing their star players to the NFL after their contract's up because they know their dream is not playing here. Like a lot of these American players, CFL, are using your CFL as a farm league to get another NFL shot. And you want to market those guys to Canadian people instead of your best Canadian talent who actually want to play here. I don't get it. Yeah. Trust me, if the CFL raised the cap to $9 million and quarterbacks are not making like their $700K to $1.2 million, none of them are going to go to the NFL. They're making more enough money up here. They won't care about the NFL. They're going to play up here. And I guarantee you guys, the Canadian football fans are going to love these Canadian quarterbacks a lot more than these American guys you bring up here. I'm not saying the fans don't love these American quarterbacks. They do, but they love the Canadian. They're going to love the Canadian quarterbacks more. That's my point, right? Like, dog, yeah. Obviously, but I hope the league grows. If the league can grow to maybe $500 million in maybe 20 years, that's good. The league can raise the cap to be $9 million. A lot of these American guys, you can get their opportunity to be stars up here. They can be legends up here. They can get paid more money. But like I told you, their dream is not playing here, and the GMs have that worry of losing their American star players to the NFL. Canadian players don't really have to worry about that. They don't really care about the NFL, those guys. They care about playing here. They want to play up here. That's what I'm saying. It's not about that. Yeah. Yeah. Why hockey, man? I guarantee you all you American guys, Ivan, man, like you're a black dude. Why the fuck would you choose to be a pro hockey player? Because hockey is the coolest sport, guys. There's something magic about hockey. When the players do amazing moves, it's the coolest, obviously. It's the most glory. I think you guys will agree. Yeah, Ivan. Out of basketball, football, baseball, hockey, what do you think is the most glory Ivan playing in? Hockey, Ivan. Yeah, hockey is the glory. Yeah, it's all glory. But for football, the reason why I don't want to play football because football, if I wanted to play football, I'd want to play quarterback. But quarterback is fucking hard, and football is such a physical sport. You can get injured and all that stuff. I don't want to be a pro football player, and basketball is tough. You have to dunk and everything. I'm only like 6'1". Basketball's tough. And baseball is kind of boring, right? Even though baseball is a fun sport, obviously, baseball is just too boring. I can't do baseball. Hockey is a sport I want to get into if I want to be a pro player. I want to get into the hockey space. So you probably go, yeah, Ivan, hockey is the coolest. Yeah, hockey is the coolest, obviously. Even though I know you Americans disagree. I'm Canadian too, don't forget that. It's a Canadian thing. Like, hockey is Canada's sport, right? And I'm a fellow Canadian. I want to be a pro hockey player. Because the truth is, I'm sick and tired of like Skip and Bayless and all these guys. Like, all they talk about is just like all these NFL athletes and like NBA athletes. It'd be nice for you to show these NHL athletes some love, guys. But the Americans don't really care about hockey, right? That's why no one in America talks that much about the hockey players. They talk about them a little bit. In Canada, all they do is talk about hockey. But in the States, it's all about like football and like basketball and baseball. But they don't really show hockey that much love, obviously. Hockey is pretty popular in the States, but it's not as popular as like football and basketball and baseball. That's why the NHL, even though it's part of the Big Four leagues, it's the lowest of the smallest of the Big Four, obviously, the NHL. Because of the because it's not as popular in the States, but it's very popular in Canada, hockey, obviously. Very popular in Canada. Yeah. Yeah. But if I saw the SHL Pro Hockey League, the hockey would not be number one. It'll blow out the NFL and the NBA, guys. As the NFL, the NBA, obviously, even the NHL, the MLB, they're going to go into a panic, obviously, if I start that league. Obviously. And all the NHL athletes will be crushed, obviously. And the NBA, even NFL athletes are going to feel like shit. Yeah, we can't compete with Ivan. Ivan's fucking why. We may be famous pro athletes, but we're not fucking Ivan. Yeah, Ivan, like, I'm way more famous than LeBron James, guys. LeBron James is fucking famous. Patrick Mahomes is famous. These guys are all period small green, man. I'm way more famous than these guys. I'm fucking why, guys. These guys are all period small green, man, right? Oh, you guys can say, yeah. But the key is I have to be a star player in my league, man. If I'm not a star player, that's not good. I'm gonna have to find a way to up my game and become a star player. Obviously. Well, Ivan, what's your goal for like points for a season? 160, maybe 170 points. It would be my goal. 200 points is impossible in today's like pro system in hockey. You can't hit 200 points like we actually did in the 80s. The system does not allow for you to hit that, right? Very tough to hit that. I don't even know how Gretzky pulled that off, man. 200 points is fucking crazy, man. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. That's why if you start out pro hockey league, you not have these SHL athletes dupe you, and obviously, and you really got to train hard, Ivan. That way you can keep up with these players. And that's why the SHL will blow the NHL away, guys. Anyways, guys, this is where I talk for now. That's good enough. Hope you guys on the show. It's Iron Man. I'm signing off. Peace out, guys. SHL better than the NHL, guys. Peace out. He shoots, he scores. Ivan O'Mara. No hate him, son. Peace out, guys. Hope you guys on the show.